Hi everyone and welcome to episode 6 of Relegation Rescue at Eibar with me, the United City FM. So what can I tell you so far? Well, since we took over the club midway through the season, finding Eibar at the bottom of the table, we've had 4 wins, 2 draws and 1 loss. That's not a bad record. I don't think we're going to get relegated anymore. How high up we can go is still the question. Today though, we play the mighty Barcelona, so let's see how we get on. Always going to be a tricky game, isn't it? Barcelona, they're sitting 3rd in the table. I mean, that's still far in advance of where we're sitting currently in 15th. But they are slightly off the pace from Atletico Madrid, so maybe not quite at the peak of their powers. But still, nonetheless, anytime we come up against one of these top 3, Barcelona in 3rd, Real Madrid in 2nd, Atletico in 1st, they're always going to be tricky, aren't they? If we go and have a look in our schedule, you'll see that since we took over at this point at the top of the page against Valladolid, where we got knocked out of the cup competition, we have already played Atletico. They did beat us, but we competed very well. And slightly further down, at this point in a few games' time, we play Real Madrid as well. So we do have to play each of those 3 in the time that we're in the club. So far, as I say, that 1 defeat in the league that we've suffered since managing Eibar came at the hands of Atletico Madrid. If we could avoid defeat today, that would be a magnificent result. But away from home against a very good Barcelona side, it's probably not too likely, is it really? We're on good form though. The last little set of fixtures, we've had a good run. Last episode, we drew against Pamplona in a very, very disappointing match. But we picked up 3 points against Granada in the following match. Only 1-0. Enrique got the goal. We rotated the side a little bit, just getting a feel for who we've got in the squad. We've now got, what's that, about 12 games left, something like that. And ultimately, it's all just about how many points we can accrue and how high up the table we can go. Now, if we go and look at the table, you'll see we are not threatened by relegation anymore. Unfortunately, you can't see it. It's behind my head. But where my cursor is at 30 points, that's us in 15th position. 5 points clear of Huesca, who are sitting in 18th position. And miles ahead now of Cadiz and Elche as well, who are both in those bottom three positions. So ultimately, we've got a 5-point gap. We've also got a game in hand over Huesca as well. So I think pretty much we are safe as long as we don't go on some awful run. And unfortunately, the likes of Barcelona could start that off for us if they absolutely thump us today. So if we can remain competitive, I think we'll do okay. In terms of what we've got ahead of us in the league, you can see from where we are on 30 points all the way up to 11th position, there's only 3 points separating us. And a couple of those teams have already played a game in hand, a game extra than us, should I say. So ultimately, I think we can still do some bits here. If we were finishing somewhere around 11th position, I'd be delighted with that. Any higher than that might be a little bit beyond us. But somewhere in this 11th through 15th, I think is where we're likely to finish this season. Anyway, enough of that. Barcelona on the horizon. They are very, very good. We are all right. Can we pull off an upset? So unfortunately, against Barcelona, we're not quite at full whack in terms of our personnel for today. Iniguez is on the bench. He's got a little bit of a fitness issue. Alvarez, similarly, on the bench with a bit of a fitness issue, as is Brian Gill. Those 3 players coming back from a potential injury that has kept him out for a little while. The one that misses out today, again, unfortunately, is the ageing Pedro Leon, who just can't stay fit. At the age that he is, I think he's just kind of slightly falling apart physically in terms of his football career. So he's off the bench today. He's out of the squad completely. Other than that, Most of them are pretty good. Most of them are pretty fit. We were able to rotate a little bit recently, but not too much. You can see that by the match sharpness in this column here, going down. Our first 11 are in the green and the yellow. Our second 11 are in some yellow, some orange, but mostly red, saying that they need a little bit more match sharpness. So you can see that we haven't been able to rotate as much as I'd like, but we needed those points. Anyway, today we put our best side out as much as we can. We try and compete with the mighty Barcelona. To do that, I've gone with Dimitrovic in goal, Correa at right back, Rodriguez at left back, Oliveira and Biggers in central defence, Garcia, Exposito in central midfield, Kike on the right, Inui on the left, and the second Kike and Enrique up top. And pretty much everybody else that's fit on the bench. So let's get into today's game and see what happens. So we've gone with a chilled out approach. There's no need to put any pressure on them today. I've just suggested hands in the pockets as a gesture. I've said we've got nothing to lose. We know how good we are. Let's go and show everybody what we're capable of. I'm not asking them to go and specifically get a win or anything. I'm just asking for them to compete, really, and try and not get blown off the pitch. We did it against Atletico Madrid, and we did it quite well. 3-2 loss against them, but we were in the game pretty much all the way through. So if we could do that again today, whatever the result, I'll be relatively happy with that. Obviously, if we can get any form of points at all from this match, then that is a huge bonus, especially because we're away from home at the Camp Nou as well. So ultimately, this is going to be a real tricky game. You can see most of their stars, if not all of them, are out in force. Messi, Griezmann, Pjanic is in there. Lots of really good players. But 11v11, as long as we can try and negate any major mistakes, then who knows what can happen. Messi on the ball, but we do we almost win it back, should I say, and then we get it straight back to them again. And it's those sorts of moments that when we have won the ball, we need a little bit of luck. Anyway, on the ball though, from the goalkeeper clearance down the left-hand side, drops it back to Rodriguez into the box, and that was a really good opportunity. It was blocked by the defender, but we worked a really good chance. Barcelona counter-attack on us. We held them up enough, and the highlight goes, should we have done better with that one? Should we have put that in the back of the net? Possibly. On the top of the 6-yard box to have a sweeping shot blocked by a defender was disappointing, but the positives are there. We actually had a shot, and, you know, it did some damage to Barcelona. It must have shaken them just slightly to know that if they're not totally on their game, then potentially we can come for them. Here's Messi, though, on a corner kick to the near post. They get the header on goal, but Dimitrovic is behind the shot and holds the ball very nicely. Sends it long to Enrique, who can't quite get there. And Barcelona counter-attack very quickly again. Have a sweeping shot that rolls along the floor, but goes slightly narrowly wide. And I think the goalkeeper was fairly comfortable with that one pretty much all the way through. Just for eagle-eyed viewers out there, you'll notice that I've gone back to the vanilla skin for Football Manager. I've been trialling a couple of different skins recently. I've gone back to this one primarily as they sweep another shot wide, primarily for my streams. I've been seeing that my streams have been running a little bit slow in processing, and I just haven't played the game on my streams with the vanilla skin to see if that makes any difference. So that's what we've gone back to. If it doesn't, I'll probably move again and find another skin. But there's several out there that I've been looking at. At the moment, I'm just seeing whether the performance is better with the vanilla skin on my stream. So that's why we're at it today. Well, at 35 minutes, we have absolutely put the cat amongst the pigeons here. We worked a good opportunity down the right-hand side. Kike drops it through to Correa on the overlap, gets to the byline, crosses it in above the 6-yard box where there was a whole cluster of players. Exposito had found himself on his own and scored a goal against Barcelona. We are 1 up after 38 minutes, 40 minutes on the clock now. And that is mad. They've had all of the chances at goal, really. And there's a good one again from a corner kick from them, but it goes out for a goal kick. And I mean, look at the match statistics for this particular first half, and you'll see that Barcelona were in control pretty much. 62% possession for them, 9 shots at goal, 5 on target. We've had 2 shots at goal, just 1 on target after 38% of the possession, and we're 1 up. Wow. Whatever happens from this point onwards, if we can hold on to this, that would be incredible. But just the fact that we were in there giving ourselves a chance is utterly brilliant in every way. We are going to absolutely not change a thing. We're going to go into the team talk. We're going to go outstretched arms. I'm delighted with the way it's going. Please keep it going. And then we're just going to send them back out for the second half. Whatever happens, I'm sure Barcelona will rally and give it a good go and see if they can become more attacking in terms of their threat towards us. Hopefully that will lead us an opportunity to counter-attack, maybe. But we've got a throw-in down the left-hand side to start the second half. Exposito, the goal scorer, onto Enrique. And we've worked a brilliant chance into the box. Why are this team at the bottom of the table when we found them? For goodness sake. We're now 2-0 up. And this was a pretty well-worked goal. Enrique on the top of the box. Swivels, puts it into Kike. The second Kike in the box. And he gets a little bit of good fortune, it must be said. But it's a good move. It's a really nice passing move through the lines of Barcelona in that back area. And we go 2-0 up very early in the second half. So that last sort of 10 minutes or so of game time, either side of half time, was pretty spectacular, to say the very least. Now what do? 64 minutes in. We're going to just sit on this for a little while. Hopefully they don't get anything too early to cause us any sort of little bit of doubt. They sweeped another shot wide. Dembele on that occasion gets in off that left-hand side onto his right foot and then puts the ball just narrowly wide of the post, and we breathe a little bit. 75 minutes on the clock. We're just going to go and check out our team in terms of their player ratings, but also their conditioning, just to see if anybody's struggling a little bit. We've got some low ratings just behind the strikers, Inoue and Kike on the wings, and also Enrique not doing fantastically well. Also at the back, Oliveira isn't covering himself in glory, but I think we'll focus on the attacking area. I think defensively we'll just leave it as it is and not upset the apple cart, as it were. So let's go in and see what we can do here. Kike is our right-sided option. Today, with Leon off the bench, we go with Pozzo down that right-hand side instead. It's not his ideal position, but he'll be able to do a job for us there. We're going to take off Inoue and put the recovering Brian Gill. He's been out with a little bit of a knock. Should be able to play the last 15 minutes though. And we will take off Enrique, should I say. And we're going to put on my favourite player, because I cannot say his last name to save my life. Rukasvicia. Anyway, Nikita comes on in that attacking role, and we'll just give some fresh legs and some fresh energy, hopefully, in and around that final third to really keep putting them under pressure if we can. 10 minutes on the clock. The time is ticking really quickly, which is fantastic for us. For goodness sake, Barcelona have had 17 shots at goal, and we are 2-0 up on them. And again, they have a long shot that doesn't really challenge the goalkeeper. He was behind the ball all the way, held it very nicely, and stops them from getting a consolation goal on that occasion. But now they have found one off a corner kick. The corner comes in. PK at the far post absolutely climbs above everybody and puts the ball in the back of the net very nicely. The goalkeeper went wandering a little bit. So we've gone in defensive just for the last few minutes. Can we hold out for 3 points against Barcelona? 4 minutes of added time. They've absolutely dominated the game. The possession has gone back in our favour a little bit. And there the final whistle goes. we beat Barcelona. How on earth do these things happen, for goodness sake? That is not supposed to happen at all. I will happily take it, but you can see if we look through the match statistics for the game, They absolutely dominated us. 21 shots at goal, 11 on target, an XG rating of 1.7. They had 58% of the possession in the end. So second half, they weren't quite as solid on possession. But we only had the 5 shots at goal, 3 on target, which is a good conversion ratio for on target. XG rating of 1.1. And we got 2 goals from it, 2 decent goals. And we took the 3 points from Barcelona. Well, there you go. Football's a funny old game, isn't it? Well, bearing in mind that one, we shouldn't have been able to beat Barcelona, and we did, and we got 3 really valuable points for it. But also that there are a few teams around us that have now got a game in hand over us. Currently, we sit in 12th position, very close to those above us. A couple of points separate the next couple of sides above us. We've got a whole host of teams directly below us that are gathering to cause us a problem if we stop picking up the points. I mean, one of those, for example, is Valencia, sitting down in 14th, not having a good season at all. But we're having a great time. I really can't explain that. We beat Barcelona really quite well. And now they are in the mud a little bit. They're 6 points behind Atletico Madrid still. But now they've played the amount of games that Atletico and Real Madrid have played as well. So their advantage has gone. And maybe their title chances have gone. I will happily take that if we've dented their title chances completely. As for us, we keep marching forward with an absolutely fantastic victory. Surely that kind of makes you feel like we can beat anybody now moving forward for the rest of this season. So what have we got coming up? Well, within this save, we play every other game for half a season to see if we can avoid that relegation and rescue them from it, which it looks likely. So I'm going to go and play the Getafe game off the episodes myself, and we will come back next episode for Vigo, back in La Liga, to see if we can pick up the points with a couple of tricky games to come. Real Madrid, Sevilla, the slightly wounded animal that seems to be Valencia on the horizon as well. Some big matches still to come. But for next time out, we're away from home at Vigo. And surely they've all got to be worried about us now. 2-1 victors over Barcelona today. Pick up a really valuable 3 points, and we keep moving forward. There you go. If you can't click a like on this particular episode, I don't know whether there will be an episode you can. That is a fantastic result. So go on, click that like button for me. Help me get seen by lots more people. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and join my United City community. The more the merrier. Come and find me over on twitch.tv/the United City FM every weekday afternoon, 3 till 5 p.m. UK time. Come and join the Discord. All of these links are in the description below. Until next time, though, take care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.